Well, hello everyone! Welcome to my costume closet, also known as our bedroom. Today I'm gonna do something really cool. I'm gonna show you 8 different costumes for some of my favorite fictional and non-fictional women throughout time. Let's get started. Most of the garments that I'm using today were things that I already had in my own closet, and I don't expect for you to have the same things, obviously, but that's what costuming is all about. Also, 7 of the 8 looks are using one black wig that I got from Gothic Lolita Wigs, info in the description. This wig comes with 2 detachable ponytail clips, which make it super versatile and well worth the cashola. First up, Catwoman. I was born with a love for cats and dressed up as one for Halloween more times than I can remember as a child. So naturally, Catwoman is one of my favorite female characters of all time. For my version, you need the black wig and some cat ears. To make the ears, cut 2 triangles with little flaps at the ends out of thick felt. Cut a slit in each flap and glue it together like so to create dimension in the ear. Add hot glue to the bottom of the ear and stick it to the top of the headband. Repeat with ear 2, and you got yourself a pair of cat ears. Now you need some goggles. I got these for Burning Man this year from Etsy seller On the Wings of Steam. I paired that stuff with my American Apparel disco pants, which for the record are worth the money, and this faux fur collared zip front jacket that I've had for about 10 years. Okay, now it's time to put on your wig. Put on a black wig cap over your pinned up hair, then put on the wig and pin the hair back in the front a little bit just to keep it out of your face. Then put your goggles on and your ears, and you are frickin' Catwoman. And for my next look, a girl who bakes with real Girl Scouts, Wednesday Addams. All you need is the black wig, a white button-down collared shirt, stole this one from Rob, and a black dress, preferably one that buttons all the way to the top. I found this one at the thrift store for like $5. Now carefully separate your hair into 2 sections and braid each one of those sections. Oh, and don't forget your creepy doll and your creepy Wednesday stare. Using the same button down, a tie, pants, and a jacket, you can be androgynous Frida Kahlo. Just pin your Wednesday braids on top of your head and create a unibrow using eyeshadow and a brow pencil. And maybe add a cigar to complete the look. And of course you can be other more traditional versions of her, but I'm a big fan of this one. Alright, moving on. Adding the pigtails to the wig along with the cute mini top hat that you can learn how to make from my old mini top hat video, along with Wednesday's dress and Frida's tie, and you can be a ringmaster. And keeping with the circus theme, you can wear the black wig, a beard, and a fun vintage dress, and be the bearded lady. Though wearing a fake beard isn't very comfortable in my opinion. You can also wear that same vintage dress backwards, like so, to create a plunging neckline. Add the black wig, a widow's peak, and some pointed eyebrows with some black eyeshadow, and you are Vampira. Oh, and red lipstick is a must. Make sure to push those boobs up there real good too. Now for a little bit more challenging of a costume simply because of how many components you need, Lara Croft. For my version, I used a pair of extremely old workout pants that I cut shorter, and a long-sleeved black tee. You also need a leg holster, which I made out of an old purse I got for $4 from the thrift store. The buckles on this one came in really handy. I started by ripping both the straps off the bag, then disassembled each strap like so and created smaller straps that would fit around my leg when buckled. Then I glued another piece of the strap like this to the leg strap, then connected that piece to an old belt. Repeat those steps to the other leg strap, and you should have something like this. Next, I ripped out the side panels and sprayed the wrong sides of each one with some spray glue. Next, I placed a sheet of felt down on top of each one, then I put some weights on top of that and let it sit for a while to dry. While that stuff was drying, I used a triangle to help create a pattern for the holster, which took a little reconfiguring here and there, but you want something ultimately that looks like this. Then I folded both panels in half, placed the pattern on the fold, and traced around it. I cut around one side, glued that side to the other side like this, then cut around that side. Repeat that for the other panel, and glue each holster to each side strap, and you're done with your leg holsters. Super sweet. You'll also need a black backpack, preferably one that hasn't seen the playa so many times, one of the ponytail clips, and if you're modest like me, some skin tone dancer's tights. I find these ones work really well. Plus, it's usually pretty cold on Halloween. Mama ain't going out wearing no shorts. And since I don't have any fake guns, or real ones for that matter, I'm using my glue guns. Next, you start your hair off by slicking it back into a ponytail, attaching the ponytail piece, and braiding your real hair into the fake hair. Then put all your gear on and go be a badass. Speaking of badass, Storm from X-Men rocks my world. To create my version of Storm, you can get a white wig from the Halloween store. This one was pretty cheap. You'll also need her crown and an X-Men symbol. I made mine out of foam from the craft store. Fold a piece of cardstock in half and sketch out half of the crown extending from the fold. Cut it out while it's still in half and open it up. You should have something that looks like this. Cut your foam piece in half and spray glue the two halves together. Put some weights on top of it and let it dry. Trace your crown shape onto the foam and cut it out. You can save this piece for your symbol. Carefully use a razor to cut out that little circle, and when it's all cut out, cut 2 little squares of felt and glue them to the crown like so, and let dry. To make the X symbol, create a pattern using something round and something straight. Cut it out, then trace it onto that piece of foam you put aside earlier. Cut out the shape very carefully, then spray glue the back of it, and stick it onto a red piece of foam. Once dry, cut the red foam around the shape, glue a piece of felt to the back, and let dry again. Add bobby pins to the crown, a safety pin to the symbol, and you are done with Storm's accessories. Alright, to complete my version of her look, you need a black bodysuit. This one's actually from a store-bought Black Widow costume, which I know not everyone has, but you can make it work. You'll also need a cape of some sort. I made this one a few years back on this very YouTube channel. Check it out. Once you've gathered all the components, put on a light color wig cap and your wig. Add the crown and the symbol, and in my mind, Storm wears red lipstick, so go ahead and put that on as well. Then go be one with nature, and go represent as the OG woman, sometimes leader of the X-Men. If you don't have whiteout contacts, just roll your eyes in the back of your head every once in a while. It works for me. Well, I hope you got some inspiration from this video. Remember, costuming is all about being original and having fun. And I would like to know what your favorite look was. Let me know in a comment. And until next time,